Hello and welcome to the 32nd episode of Fresh Off the Reel. My name is Lib,
My name is Space Ranger Pat.
and today we're talking about a movie that nobody asked for but happened anyways. We're talking about a movie that should have been a Disney Plus release but was the first Pixar theatrical release since I think Soul was the first one that was on Disney Plus only. So, yeah. We're talking about Lightyear today.
Yeah, that movie that definitely exists. It's definitely a film.
It's definitely a film. It's you look, we're gonna tell you straight right now. It's like average at best. Okay, like
Yeah.
this being the first, like the return of Pixar to the big screen is very underwhelming. Considering that considering that Soul would have been way better in theaters and Turning Red has way better animation than this does. This looks better though, but like the animation itself, it's better in Turning Red, it's better in Luca. It's weird because for a while Pixar has been doing just like small little self-contained stories like Soul and Turning Red and Luca and even like Coco was like one of the first where there was like it's just a contained little story that doesn't need sequels. And I was about to say Encanto, but that's not Pixar. But for the first return to theater, we get this weird prequel question mark.
It's not really a prequel.
It's
I
like
wouldn't consider this a prequel.
we get this weird in universe film that Andy watched as a kid and was like, "Mommy, I want a Buzz Lightyear toy."
That's it. That's literally it. Yeah. This is the movie Andy watched as a kid that made him want to buy the toy. That's all it is. Like it's not that deep.
It really isn't. And this movie didn't have to exist. Even it is existing right now and it doesn't really change anything. Like everything stays exactly the same.
Well, aside from Buzz Lightyear and Zurg, I guess, but we'll get to that. Um, no other character from Toy Story is relevant here. This is very self-contained, which depending on who you are might be a good thing. So like before this movie was like announced, I don't think anybody really thought about that. But like, oh, you know that movie that made Andy want to buy a Buzz Lightyear toy in Toy Story? Yeah, I want to see that.
For all we know, fucking Buzz Lightyear was just a toy that Andy's mom bought him randomly.
Yeah, I feel like if they were gonna do a Buzz Lightyear movie, you'd think they would have done something connected to the animated series, or do something with like the toy, like do like another Toy Story movie, but but like Buzz takes the lead, right? Is what you would have thought they would have done. But regardless of that, before the movie came, like when the movie was announced and like leading up to the release, and I was pretty excited for it. Lib was as well. We were both kind of looking forward to this. But I have to say, as much as I think the movie is pretty all right, I kind of like not regret watching it because I enjoyed it, but like I'm not going to think about this movie ever again.
Yeah, no,
In
really.
fact, if it wasn't for the podcast, I probably would have already forgotten about it. The movie's very average, which is kind of disappointing because I think movies like Soul and Luca and Turning Red were like pretty great. So this one being the first like theatrical release or like theatrical exclusive release is kind of disappointing. Yeah, those are my thoughts.
Yeah, well, anyways, let's talk cinema. So, I actually gave the movie 4 stars, even after before saying how it's pretty average. I thought the story was fine. The thing I would have gave it 3 stars, but the thing that gave it that one extra star was the visuals. This movie looks and even sounds really good. This is definitely the best looking Pixar movie in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah, they definitely like got realistic humans down in this movie.
Yeah, they finally figured out how to make a human. It's crazy.
Um, yeah, visually this movie's great. I agree. I gave it 3 stars. Just I didn't say my I gave it three. Yeah, I was leaning towards 2.5, but the animation and the first like half hour, which I think are like really good, kind of edged it out to a 3. But yeah, it's just it's an average movie. It gets a 3 star. which is above average, I guess, right? It's the six out of 10 ain't bad.
Yeah, it's an all right movie. If you want to, like, it's a great family movie. If you want to bring your kids to watch this, it's great for that. There was
Mhm.
a kid in our theater when we watched it that really seemed to enjoy it. Did you hear
Was
him while
there?
we were
I
watching?
didn't. I did not hear the kid. No,
You
I
didn't
don't
hear
know
the
who you're
kid?
talking.
He like almost screamed when Socks got powered down.
On sad boy.
Oh, sad boy. But let's read the plot synopsis here. So, this is coming from Letterboxd. This was directed by Angus MacLane, by the way. MacLane. Infinity awaits legendary space ranger Buzz Lightyear embarks on an intergalactic adventure alongside a group of ambitious recruits and his robot companion Socks. And that's it. That's all it said.
That's sure. Yeah,
Yeah, that is the vaguest
I guess.
description you could give. Is this I just had a thought. Is this Pixar's first sci-fi? No, Wall-E was the
Yeah,
first one.
Wally is. I feel like that description is kind of perfect because if they said anything at all about the time travel stuff, aside from what they showed off in trailers, obviously, I think that would have been giving away a bit too much. So I think being like super vague is fine. It's also like the description is what you'd expect from a Buzz Lightyear property. Like it's just yeah, like it's just it's a space adventure. Yep, and that's the
Yeah,
period.
that's it. Right.
That's
And
all you need to know.
what I think bums me out and what bums a lot of people out is they call it a space adventure, but they only show one planet. They never go to a different planet, you know? And
It's the Star Wars problem, right? Where like Star Wars takes place in space and it has like this big galaxy of different races and different planets and different aliens, and we see like five different sand planets in it, right? They don't really they don't really explore that galaxy. This movie kind of has the same problem where it talks about having like this big world, and Buzz talks about all these adventures he went on as a space ranger. But we only really get to see two areas, really. You got like I'm gonna call it Earth 2 because I don't remember what the planet's called.
I don't even think they gave it a name.
Yeah, probably not. But like it's where the movie takes place for the most part, and then you have Zerg's ship, and that's it. It's kind of boring for a space adventure. It's a little disappointing.
Hmm.
But they both look cool, right? So
Yeah,
that's cool, I guess, right?
I mean, like I said, the visuals are the best part of this movie, honestly. And like on top of that, the sound, like we watched this in IMAX. It didn't really take a lot of advantage of it, but it was like it was all right. It was pretty good. The sound was booming, you know. The score was surprisingly lacking. Honestly, I was expecting a big grandiose score for it being Pixar and it being in space.
And it being Michael Giacchino,
Yeah,
but
and it
nope.
being Michael Giacchino. I think did he do the soundtrack for Wall-E? Because I think who no he didn't. Whoever did the soundtrack for Wall-E, they should have just brought him back for this because it just would have fit. The space theme would have fit more. And Giacchino is no like stranger to sci-fi movies and space themed soundtracks. He's done a bunch of them. He did Rogue One. He did the Spider-Man movies, which I guess you could count as sci-fi, you know. He did the Jurassic World movies, he did The Incredibles, like he did JJ Abrams Star Trek. So he has a lot of sci-fi behind him. But for some reason it really didn't feel that, like, what's the word? Star Warsy. That I don't like, not that. I mean, like, it doesn't really feel like it's a big huge bombastic score like it should be for a big space adventure.
Right, yeah. Like the space side of the story is also really subdued. Like, and it's weird because the movie is like literally about Buzz trying to get off an alien planet, right, and trying to achieve like hyperspeed, and you see a lot of him in like the spaceship and in space, but it doesn't really feel like spacey. I don't know. It's a weird one. I feel like this movie would have benefited from a little more Star Wars, and a little less of what we got.
Yeah, I mean, so let's talk about the movie. So the movie really, like, it opens up with them landing on the planet that we're gonna stay on for the rest of the movie. Oh wait, right before that, it explains how like this is a movie that's in universe to the Toy Story universe. Like this movie is the movie that Andy watched that made him want to get the Buzz Lightyear toy. It's said that in 1995 Andy got the toy. So we're to expect that this movie came out before 1995, at least like maybe like a year or two before 1995.
We're to assume you saw it in theaters, and like toys tend, especially like that era, toys came out alongside movies. So like he could have like seen the movie and like then like the week later got the toy, you know.
Yeah, that could have been that. Like he watched it in 1995. However, this movie is shot as if it's a modern day space movie, and I think that's where it's it pulls you away from that feeling, because if it would have been really cool if this movie, if Lightyear, not the in universe one, if Lightyear, the one we saw, is what was a like parody of a 90s sci-fi movie.
I think that's the route they should have gone, or just literally straight up ripping off Star Wars. Because like it's animated, so obviously they can't make it look like an animated movie from the '90s without intentionally like making it look worse. And I don't think Pixar was never gonna do that. Like I think making it like a parody of a '90s movie, or like they're just basing it off a movie that came out of in the '90s would have been better. I like it feeling like something Andy would have watched than what we got, because obviously the movie needs to look modern, because it's for us it's coming out in 2022, right?
Like we're assuming like that the version that Andy watched was in live action, right?
Yeah. When we walked out of the theater, that's the assumption. I saw it with Lib and one of our other buddies, like Steph, who's been on the podcast before. Hello, Toon Man, you're listening to this. Hello,
Hello.
I'm singling you out. But yeah, we all tend to like agree that this was probably live action when Andy saw it.
Like it would have been really cool if Zurg looked terrible, you know? Like if because if this was in live action, then that means the studio that made this movie would have to have made a giant robot suit, like a fake robot suit that someone would have to operate, or it would be like a giant puppet like Jabba the Hutt was in the original Star Wars. Like that, if that was animated like really weird and like choppy and weird, like that would have been really funny, because like yeah, this is a movie from the 90s. I think they should have gone in that direction, where they should have like animated it like a modern animation, but made it look like this was a movie from the 90s, and have a soundtrack that sounds like it's from the 90s. If they would have done that, I feel like this movie would have been way better. Like the story would be completely different though, but like it would be way better.
Because like Zurg is clearly supposed to just be like Vader,
Yeah.
right?
And that's what he was. He was a parody of Vader. That's what he was in Toy Story 2.
That was true in the original as well. So like, but in this movie, like they even make a joke. Like when Zurg is revealed, Buzz is like dad, father, like it's supposed to be a joke about Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, they could have, and I'm assuming in universe, the movie Andy saw, he was just like, because we're assuming it was live action, he was literally just Darth Vader, like in terms of size as well, right? He probably wasn't this big towered behemoth in the version Andy saw, but I think like going that route, like, even if like if he was like, obviously if he just looked like Vader and he was the same height scale as Vader, it might have been a little too on the nose. But I think being on the nose in this case was the route they should have taken. They should just fully embrace the parody
Yeah, I mean,
being a '90s movie.
like have you seen Spaceballs? Like the way they parody Darth Vader in Spaceballs is just a giant fucking helmet and he's got like a weird face.
Yeah,
Like I saw this. I saw someone mention this on Instagram somewhere. I can't shout. I can't like give them credit because I don't remember who the user was. But I guess if you're listening to this, you know who you are. Someone said that if this was just like an animated version of Spaceballs, it would have been a better movie.
well, I don't know. I don't know if
No, not like Spaceballs, but animated. I mean, like
yeah. No,
if
I know what
this
you
was a
mean. Like,
parody of Star Wars.
yeah, if this was just a Star Wars parody but animated, it would have been better.
And they
Yeah.
could have done that. Disney owns Star Wars, you know.
Well, that's what I thought they were gonna do, right? Like just have it be Star Wars, but with like the Captain America kind of subplots, right? And that's it.
Yeah, speaking of
But
Captain America, Chris Evans plays the titular character Buzz Lightyear in this movie. I don't know why Tim Allen didn't return. I think there was some kind of controversy back when like Toy Story 4 was released. I really don't know. But they didn't get Tim Allen to come back, so Chris Evans is here.
I'm gonna tell myself as a way to justify it as like it's a joke on the fact that like if you buy a Tom Holland Spider-Man toy, there's your Spider-Man reference for today, by the way. Like has a like a voice box or whatever. It's not gonna sound like Tom Holland. It's gonna sound like some dude, right?
Some dude impersonating Tom Holland.
Yeah, so maybe that's like the joke they're going for. I really doubt it, but that's what I'm gonna tell myself, right?
Yeah, I mean, but it's weird because okay, I work at a store where we sell these Lightyear toys, okay, and when we got these in stock, we got these in stock like 3 months before the movie came out. I actually got spoiled for the twist, that inside Zurg is Lightyear's future self. They didn't show that in any of the trailers. I got spoiled for that because we were stocking the toys that had a super old Buzz inside of the Zurg.
Oh, really? That's
I hate working at where I work because of that. You know, I got what from when I don't know if I said this in the No Way Home episode. I feel like I did, but just so it's just in case I didn't. Went like a way before Spider-Man No Way Home came out, we got the No Way Home toys where I work, and the new suit was in it. And I don't mean like the inverse suit or the integrated suit. No. The blue and the blue and red shirt, the one he wears at the very end.
the classic, the classic suit.
Yeah, the classic suit, but his version. And we got the toy of those. I was like, "Whoa, shit! Looks like he gets that suit at the end." I mean, I guess that was predictable, but still, I didn't want to be spoiled for that. I wanted to be surprised when I saw that. Oh well.
At least you didn't see toys for Toby and Andrew. The worst kept secret in Hollywood.
Yeah, and I mean, actually, like as far as what we're selling at our store, there aren't even toys that have Andrew and Toby. I don't know what's going on. It's weird. There aren't even any promotional posters for No Way Home that show Andrew and Toby. It's weird because everybody knows at this point. Make a poster with all three of them. You know how awesome it would look.
Yeah, I'll buy it.
Yeah, me too. I'll buy it too. I don't even like Spider-Man that much. I'll buy it too.
Yeah, but yeah, let's talk about the movie we're here to talk about.
Yeah, back to Lightyear. We actually got the toys, and on the backs of all the toys, it says Chris Evans. So Chris Evans actually voiced the toys for Lightyear, the tie-in to this movie, which is a tie-in to a movie where in that movie, Andy has a toy that was a tie-in to this movie that is not voiced by Chris Evans. You see how weird and complicated this universe is now?
Do you know if the toys have original quote lines or if they're lines from the movie?
I'm not sure. I mean, I'll check. I work on Saturday. I'll check if they haven't been sold yet.
Wait, you work on Saturday?
Oh, I mean Sunday.
Okay. Because like if it's just reused toy lines from the movie, like our movie, then whatever.
Yeah, well,
like aside from like Two Infinity and Beyond, which he doesn't even say himself all the way through, right? Like there aren't any lines from the like. You think they would have done more references to Toy Story? They don't do that either.
Yeah, another thing is that line.
We're being really negative about this movie.
Yeah, we are. We'll get to the positive stuff soon. But that line, To Infinity and Beyond, that line is different in this movie. And I mean the meaning of the line, because in this movie it means like, it means like what it meant in Toy Story 3. Because in Toy Story 3 he says it because like he says it to Woody, meaning like they'll be friends forever. But in like the first two movies, it was kind of just his catchphrase where when he would fly, he just To Infinity and Beyond.
Yeah, it would be like his like it's still like going on a journey, right? Like, but it's a different implication in 3 and in this movie, which is fine. I like how it's used here.
Yeah, I like how it's used too. I just want to mention that.
Yeah, it's just that the meaning of that saying changed.
Yeah. Well, let's get to the nitty gritty. So he like goes on this ship. Well, they crash land on this planet and they're stuck there for a bunch of years. So now they go on this ship because they want to get home. but they need the formula for hyperspace travel. And again, where's the Star Wars parody? Like that's just it's sitting right there. But they don't have the formula for it, so they just try to make it from memory or
Yeah,
whatever.
they keep testing it like over and over again, and like, each time Buzz like each attempt costs Buzz 4 years like real time, but not for him.
Yeah, because they actually address something that's not addressed in Star Wars here, and it's that if you travel, uh, if you do uh like hyperspace travel, like what's the word I'm looking for? Time. Like if you go to the speed of
Time
time, right?
dilation, fine, whatever.
Yeah, if you like travel the speed of time, there'll be like there's this like again I can't remember the word time
I think it's time dilation or something like that.
time dial whatever. So the person in the cockpit who is experiencing this super speed.
Time dilation is the difference between elapsed time as measured by two clocks. So like the difference between the time for the person in the cockpit versus time in the world around it. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
and so every time he makes a jump to hyperspace, and he doesn't even go as fast as he can go. He goes to like 40%, 80% or whatever. He doesn't go at 100% until they finally figure out the formula for perfect hyperspace travel. But every time he makes that jump, for everybody down on this planet, he's up there for 4 years. So this is really like actually really touching montage of him making all these attempts to go into hyperspace and then like coming back 4 years later and everything is different, everything's changed, and everybody's known as older.
I think the first like 30 minutes of this movie are fantastic. Like that whole segment, like the beginning, the intro of them getting to the planet, and then that whole montage of him attempting hyperspeed travel is like fantastic. I think this like it's easily the best part of the movie.
Yeah, I mean like the right before the final time jump is my favorite part of the movie. It's so good. I love it. It's funny. It's touching. It's great. Like it's that heartstring tugging that you crave when you watch a Pixar movie.
Yeah, I just wish the rest of the movie kind of kept up that.
Yeah, because after that final time jump, well, right before the final time jump, Hawthorne, his like really close friend.
Yeah, this close friend and like captain of like the space cadets. She's like the focus of the montage. By the way, it's like he'll come home, and then like they live across the street from each other, across the hall from each other, and like every time Buzz comes back, like 4 years is advanced for her, and we get to see her whole life basically. It's like her meeting her wife, and then her having like a child and then grandchildren and getting married, and you get to see like all these aspects of her life, and it's really nice. It's just a nice moment.
Yeah, it's really cute. She's voiced by, I'm gonna butcher this name, Uzo Aduba. Uzo Aduba. I think that's how you say it. She was Bismuth in Steven Universe. I don't know if anyone here has seen it, but there you go. So she dies because like it's just ties naturally as time
Yeah,
passes.
yeah. She dies naturally, and it leads into this really good moment later in the movie that I'll bring up when we get there. But yeah,
Yeah, she leaves this like hologram for Buzz to watch, and it's really really cute. It's really sad. And that's where we get introduced to her granddaughter, voiced by Keke Palmer. The one that's gonna lead in Nope. I can't like her first name is Keke.
I know her from something else. The name is familiar.
She's in Hustlers. She's in Ice Age 4, Grease. Oh, there you go.
Can't be in the original Grease.
Oh no, the remake.
I was gonna say like she can't be in the original, bro. Like a movie's 50 years old.
No, she's in the original. Jump In, Imperial Dreams.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
um,
Anyway, yeah. It's just
you see her like live a life and that's kind of like the like lesson that Buzz learns is like Buzz dedicated minutes of his time, right, basically like or hours of his time to get them home. But while he was doing that, like all these people that were on that planet lived their lives. Like several generations lived their lives.
Yeah.
So like, but Buzz doesn't really consider that. His mission is to bring people home, even if the people he set at the start of the mission to bring home aren't even there anymore. You know, but he's so set on. Buzz has extreme tunnel vision the whole movie, basically.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties, they're a thing.
Hey, tune in for the very end of the episode where you can hear a great little montage of our own. Aha!
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, you guys are in for multiple treats at the end of this episode. Anyways, moving on, because I don't remember where we left off. So moving on, after all that big montage, they actually the socks, the fucking cat, who's voiced by he's actually voiced by a human, Peter Sohn. Peter Sohn. He is Remy's brother in Ratatouille, if you know who I'm talking about. The little brown fat one.
I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen Ratatouille.
So the cat figures out the formula for hyperspace travel. Then they make the formula, and then they steal a ship. Oh boy, hope that doesn't come up at the end. And then he does the hyperspace travel, and he does it 100%. So now he doesn't jump 4 years into the future. He jumps like 100 something years into the future.
It's 22.
22. Well, shit. He jumps like 22 years into the future. So now the grandkid that he saw as a little baby in the hologram is now a full-grown adult, and she's gonna be the second main character here. Her name's Izzy, and I don't like her.
I don't like Izzy. I don't like Izzy's crew either, if I'm being honest.
The only part of Izzy's crew I like is the one voiced by Dale Souls. I think her name's Darby. Her name's Darby Steele. She's an ex-convict, and she makes bombs and shit, and she's actually pretty funny. There's a Taika Waititi character. His name is Mo, and he's not funny. I think he's he's probably the worst Taika Waititi voiced character I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't like him. He's a character. He has a couple jokes. None of them are funny, but Taika Waititi sure does voice them. He does a voice.
Pat, I know you don't like Korg in Thor Ragnarok.
You know, I'm starting to think I just don't like Taika Waititi characters. Because aside from that one time he played Hitler, I don't like any. I don't like any of his other characters.
Wait, he's in Green Lantern? Who is he? Who the fuck is he? He's Tom Kalmaku. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I know you don't like Korg, but at least Korg was funny for me. I like Korg. I think he's hilarious. He's my favorite MCU character because he's the one that don't give no shits, and I don't give no shits about the MCU. So he's exactly like me. He's just there.
I think his one-note joke gets very old very quickly.
Anyways, you know who gets very old very quickly? The Taika Waititi character in this movie, because he's the stupid one. You know, he's the stupid one of the group.
He's like the stupid wimpy klutz.
He's not funny. He's really not.
I know Lib was saying that he really likes the pen joke.
Yeah, I like the pen joke actually.
The pen joke is the funniest joke ever written. I don't agree.
It's not the funniest joke ever written. No, I didn't say that.
Those were your exact words, and you have no proof otherwise.
No, I just like the pen joke because I was like, if I had a suit that just had a pen inside it, I would act the same way. I would be so excited about that pen. You know, I found out that one of my Swiss Army knives has a toothpick inside it. And I was amazed. I was like, "What? I never even knew." It's like a tiny little plastic toothpick. It's like it's so small, and I would never use it. But it's amazing that it's there. You know what I mean? I'm the kind of guy that's like, if like there is a tiny drawer inside a big drawer in my wardrobe, I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna think that's the coolest thing in the universe. You know?
Anyway, Taika Waititi sucks. He's really boring and unfunny in this movie. And honestly, all three of these characters, I mean, aside from
Socks.
the granddaughter, aside from we'll get the socks, we'll get the socks. But aside from the granddaughter who is important to the story, the others who really don't do anything, they don't really add much, I don't like them.
The best character in this movie is Socks. Okay, and even Chris Evans as Lightyear, like Buzz is so in fucking insufferable that he's so like one note the whole movie. I don't like his jokes. Like you said before, he has tunnel vision this whole movie. He doesn't really care about the people around him. He's only trying to complete his mission, which I guess is like the like message. He's like, you can't do it alone. But still.
I think that's the point though, like because Buzz is also kind of an asshole in Toy Story 1, right? Like he doesn't care about the other toys. Like Buzz's whole shtick in Toy Story 1 is he thinks he's real, right? So like Buzz only caring about himself and the mission, and well, it's not like he's not selfish. He's the act he's doing is selfless in nature, but he has tunnel vision. He doesn't really care about like in the process of trying to help others, he doesn't care about what they feel. Like Buzz keeps telling himself throughout the whole movie that he needs to complete the mission to bring everyone home because he feels responsible for putting them in that position to begin with, right? But he doesn't like realize until he's like explicitly told that while he was doing that, everyone lived a life, right? And like there's people who were born on that planet, and like their whole life was that planet. So like, who is Buzz trying to save in the end, right? Like himself.
I really wish that the whole scene where he's explained to where everyone's like people lived their life on this planet and we don't want to go home anymore. I just wish that was implied instead of explicitly said.
Yeah, or like Buzz kind of like learned it without having to be told, right?
Yeah, that would have been
Because
better.
like it's still a kids movie, so like obviously it was gonna be told. But I wish Buzz came to that conclusion. Like he does adopt it, and he does understand that that's the truth. But he needs to be told before he realizes, instead of like it coming from him and his actions, which is a little disappointing. But I think it's a good message, and I think it fits the movie that we're given well enough, right? I think it works.
Yeah. I just really, really wish that Pixar movies were more made for adults like they used to be. I mean, like, they kind of did. Like, Soul's very adult for what it
Yeah.
is.
Luca is too. Luca deals with pretty like behind the jokes about the sea creatures and stuff, right? I think so. I didn't think Luca handles pretty like serious themes, and it handles it in a way that an adult could enjoy as much as a kid can. Where like this movie feels like a kids movie.
Yeah, it's the most kids movie that Pixar has put out in a while, even more so than Turning Red, which was very like bubbly and kiddie, but there was a lot of like adult themes in Turning Red.
I think an adult can get something out of Turning Red.
I got something out of Turning Red.
What?
I don't like it.
Well, you don't like Turning Red?
No, I didn't end up liking it.
Oh, that's okay. Well,
Did you watch it? Did you end up watching it?
yeah, I liked it. It's alright.
I didn't end up liking it. I didn't think the jokes were funny.
I liked it more than I like this.
Oh yeah, I prefer Turning Red over this, but I think like I would rewatch Lightyear. I would not rewatch Turning Red.
I'd rewatch Turning Red.
I really like the anime. You know what killed it for me was like her like group of friends.
Oh, I like her friends. Aw, I like her
I
friends.
didn't like them. I thought they were boring and really annoying.
We'll talk about Turning Red another time because I want to talk about Lightyear. Whoa, time skip.
Oh,
It's tomorrow.
well, we started recording yesterday, and then well, you'll find out, but you probably heard it a little bit in the episode. There's a Pat's neighbor decided to sand down some wood, I guess.
It was metal.
Metal.
He's
Oh, it
sanding
was
down
metal.
his barbecue.
Oh, why?
I, I, I don't know, but because of that, it's tomorrow, and we're gonna keep talking about Lightyear.
Yeah, maybe for another like 10 minutes, because honestly, we both just don't care anymore.
Yeah, if this was still yesterday, I'd have more to say, but it's tomorrow. Like it is for Buzz. When Buzz left in the ship, it was yesterday, and when he came out, it was tomorrow. But 4 years from tomorrow. You see, that's a segue. Anyway, Socks is a character.
Yeah, so
I quite enjoy Socks as a character.
Socks is like a cat, and he's like a robot, and he he came up with the formula for interspace travel, and they did it. And now they have to try to get the formula. The blah blah blah. The Zurg is actually Buzz's future self. Buzz becomes friends with Hawthorne. He becomes captain, and then they become his crew, and they're all space rangers. And there you go. That's the end of the movie.
Yeah, we should probably talk about future Buzz and the whole time travel shtick.
Okay, so inside the big Zurg bad boy robot, it's actually not just a big bad robot. It's a future Buzz. Like it's an old Buzz, is him but from the future. But then he came back, but it's from the same timeline as this one, and it completely breaks the laws of time travel. I don't get it. No one did. This twist sucks. Okay.
I don't like it because I don't think Zurg needed to be a character.
No.
I don't think Zurg needed this like attachment to Buzz and this like super like story important reason for wanting to kill the humans. Like I think if Zurg was just an alien who just took over, was just taking over the planet for the sake of being a bad guy, that would have been more like more 90s sci-fi, right?
Yeah.
And that's all it needed to be. Like Zurg could still steal the crystal, right? And he could just like turn the crystal into a weapon or whatever, and Buzz has to get it back. He didn't need to be Buzz from the future who ran out of juice with his crystal, trying to go back in time. So he had to go steal present Buzz's crystal, and it's a really stupid time travel twist that didn't need to be here. I didn't think the time travel stuff was gonna be as integral as it was. Like we know it's there because it's in the trailer, but it ended up being way more important than I would have liked. And I don't like the twist at all. I think Zurg is a lot less interesting the way he's presented in Lightyear than he was originally.
Yeah. Zurg was Zurg didn't even need to be in the movie to begin with. I mean, yeah, he's the arch enemy of Buzz, but I really thought like this could have just been like a character study and not have a big bad villain. It didn't really need that. Especially since they weren't going for the parody route, so it's like, okay, I guess they didn't need it.
I don't agree. I think Zurg needed to be here, but I think the Zurg they presented us is not interesting or like cool.
No.
Like he should have just been an evil robot alien thing, right? That's all he needed to be. And giving him a character and giving him like an evil plot beyond just being evil for the sake of being evil, it kind of made him less interesting, which is kind of funny. But yeah, I don't think Zurg is good here. I think he kind of sucks.
He's kind of stinky.
He looks cool though. He sure does look cool.
Yeah, he's really big. He's menacing. Like it's the early scenes with him are actually really cool. I could easily see a small child being terrified of how big he is.
I definitely see small children wanting to buy toys of him.
Yeah, which is how I got spoiled for this movie. I hate where I work. I don't want to work there anymore for this reason. It happened
like
3 times already.
I would simply not get spoiled. I say that, but I've been spoiled literally the entirety of Dragon Ball's superhero, and then Toei decided to put out an official trailer that also spoils everything. So I guess if I have to suffer, everyone else does too.
Yeah, you also spoiled yourself for Obi-Wan and all
Well, that's
the
'cause of
other
Twitter.
shows.
That's because Twitter is Twitter, right?
Yeah, you gotta get off Twitter.com. It's just you're on it too much, man.
If you want to hear my take, you should follow me on Twitter.
You should follow the Fresh Off the Reel Twitter account as well.
Sometimes I quote retweet it with funny words like I did today.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like Zurg, but I think the final battle is cool. Like it has that scene with like Hawthorne's grandchild having to like what's the word? Not embrace. Like I
Oh,
guess embrace her
face her
fears.
fear.
Face her
Yeah, we
fear.
forgot to mention she's scared of space.
Yeah, and so she has to like face her fear and like go into space to save Buzz. And like the way the movie portrays space is actually kind of terrifying. So yeah,
It
it's
is
cool.
actually, but it's cool. There's this one scene after the ship, Zerg's ship blows up and everything. Like it's like it's the thing that happened in Interstellar. You know what I'm talking about, where like all the sound gets sucked out and it's just silence. Interstellar did that, and it was really good in Interstellar. It was really good here. The movie
Yeah,
sounds and looks amazing, but the actual
yeah,
movie itself is just
it's
kind of fine, you know?
yeah. I wish it was more than just fine, but here we are.
Yeah, I wish I had more to talk about, but I'm so burnt out.
Yeah, we both had a day.
we
I know it kind of sucks for the episodes and we time skipped and everything, but yeah. I think the Lightyear's ending is cute. I think like the him building his Space Ranger team with the classic suit. It's really cute. We get to see Buzz with the jetpack and the wings finally, and the blaster like the laser. Because like in the movie he only has like a detachable one that he picks up from an alien, right? So
yeah,
he actually gets that in the end, and he gets the wings because the wings were part of the Ranger spaceship check thing. But
yeah.
in the end of the movie, he gets a suit with wings and a jetpack, and it's cool. This movie's cool. It's just kind of average.
If you really like if you like really like Toy Story, you'll probably love this movie. Like if you're one of those people
I don't even know if I could agree with that. So I think if you really like Toy Story, you'll enjoy it. But I don't know if you're gonna love it. Like it adds nothing to Toy Story. If this movie didn't exist, like if you don't watch this movie, you're not gaining or losing anything really. As a fan of Toy Story and just as a film going experience, I think if you don't watch this, you're not really losing much. And if you do watch this, it's you can do worse, I guess, but you're not really gaining much either.
again, all this to say, if you want a better Buzz Lightyear story, Toy Story 2 is way better.
If you want a better Buzz Lightyear story, go watch A New Hope.
There's also that really old Buzz Lightyear cartoon as well. Where they use none of the characters from that show. A lot of people wanted characters from that show to be in this movie, but none of them. Every character in this movie is original. So, yeah, it's and the thing is, at the ending they're clearly setting up a sequel, right? I don't know if anyone really wants that.
I think it's like a sequel in universe, but I really don't think we're gonna get a sequel, like IRL.
I feel like we are.
I don't think there's like room in the industry for a Buzz Lightyear sequel. Like I don't think like I okay maybe I'm just being petty and stinky.
Well, who would want it? Who would want it, first of all?
Like the question is who wanted this movie, and then who of the people who wanted this movie, which is like nobody, wants a sequel. Also nobody.
I think people want it even less now that this movie exists.
And like I before the movie came out, like when we had trailers, I wanted this movie. This movie looked great. I was very excited. But now that I have seen it, I'm gonna compare this movie to spoilers for Multiverse of Madness. Although he's been officially casted, so it's not really a spoiler anymore. But I'm gonna compare this movie, my experience with this movie, to how I felt when I saw John Krasinski as Reed Richards in Multiverse of Madness. He went from something I wanted to see to a performance I didn't love, and I'm probably okay with not seeing again. And that's how I feel about this movie. I didn't hate it. I enjoyed my time with it, but I didn't love it, and I'm okay with never rewatching it and never getting a sequel.
Yeah, so like we said before, 4 stars from me. How much did you gave it 3?
I gave it 3.
And that's it. I'm so tired.
Yeah, we have a segment where we talk about television shows, and we were gonna talk about Miss Marvel episode 2 and 3. Well, I was gonna talk about 2, and then we were both gonna talk about 3.
Yeah.
But I think instead we should just talk about Backloggd. That's a segue.
let's just go with it. So, well, first of all, episode 3 is better than episode 2, and episode 2 is boring. That's it. All right, so let's move on.
Yeah, maybe, episode 4 came out today at the time of recording.
Didn't watch it.
Maybe we'll watch it later. Probably not. Maybe we'll see. If we do, maybe we'll have more to say about episode 3 and 4 next time when we're not sleepy. But yeah, last I recommended you
We
a
are
film.
so sorry. We are so sorry for this episode.
Yeah.
Is this worse than episode 5, Pat?
I think this is more entertaining to watch. It's definitely more entertaining to record, but it's definitely not our best work either.
Is this worse? This might be worse.
I don't think it's worse. But anyway, speaking of things that are worse, Lib, I recommended you a movie that is a sequel to a movie I recommended you before, and it's worse.
Okay, all right. So last week, Pat recommended me X-Men: The Last Stand, the third X-Men movie. I watched it. I didn't like it. So funny thing, instead of watching that, I watched La La Land, and then I watched this because I needed to get a good movie in my system and then barf up a bad movie, you know? So this movie is fucking terrible. Like the performances suck, the music sucks, the editing is atrocious. The actual story didn't have to happen. Nothing in this movie had to happen. For some reason, they went back to like the conflict from the first movie where they wanted like no more mutants. I don't want no more mutants. Even though in the second movie they actually like went to the president and like they kind of redeemed mutants, right? And then it's like, oh, now they could live in peace together. But no, this movie just forgets everything that happened in the second movie and makes Dark Phoenix the villain.
That's just like the conflict in every X-Men story ever. It's they keep striving for equality, but it keeps they keep missing it because humans are assholes, and there's a political statement in that movie somewhere. I don't think you need to be too intelligent or read between the lines to understand what the allegory is,
Yeah.
but it's there and it's in every movie. Get used to it. I hope you don't mind because it's in all of them, every single one,
Logan?
all of them,
Uh
every comic book too.
Damn.
But in Logan, it's good because Logan is good.
I really hope
a West-
Logan is good because at
It's a
this point
Western.
I really just want to just get to Logan at this point. And
Days of Future Past is good. You get to watch that in like 5 movies.
yeah, it's after Logan.
No, it's before Logan. Days of Future Past is before Logan.
Is it before Logan?
Yes,
Okay,
you're watching
well.
Days of Future Past like soon. Like you're watching Origins next, which is the worst thing ever.
And then I'm watching First Class.
Yeah, First Class and then Days of Future Past.
No, then The Wolverine, then Days of Future Past.
Oh really?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, this movie sucks. I don't think anyone likes this movie. Like literally, I don't think a single person who watched it enjoys this movie. Even ironically, this movie sucks.
I don't think I can't think of a single redeeming factor in this movie. Maybe just the fact that that Hugh Jackman is pretty sexy.
He is. He gets sexier with each movie.
Yeah, but in this movie they gave him the weird hair. The like the spiky hair is weird. It's like they just kill off Cyclops and it happens off screen and we don't see it, and then like, is he actually dead? Who the fuck knows? Like I don't know. I didn't watch the other movies. I'm up to this point and I think he's dead. They killed off
Wait, who?
Cyclops.
Yeah, he's dead. He's dead.
He's dead? Well, that sucks. He's the only character I thought was funny.
What else sucks?
This
Well, this
movie.
recording is fucking cursed.
You know what else sucks? This movie.
Yeah, this movie sucks. My upstairs tenants were making noise, but I think they stopped now. Anyway,
I didn't hear it.
that's fine. Now, well, for the audience, now they know. Ooh.
Ooh, I think my doorbell rang too.
Yeah, like I don't know. Honestly, X3 blows, and it kind of starts this trend with like the next three X-Men movies in a row are just shit. So yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have much to say. X3 sucks. X3 sucks, and it was so bad that they did Dark Phoenix again, and it's somehow just as bad and arguably worse.
No, this is probably worse. I don't care how bad that movie is. This is worse. I mean, this angel character, he's like the cornerstone of the movie, and he only has 2 lines, and he's only in 5 minutes of the movie, but he's like the most important character. It makes no sense. They also kill off Professor X ? Because there's an after credits scene, and he's still alive, and also they remove Magneto's powers with the MacGuffin from the movie. And no, never mind, because he's playing chess with metal pieces in the park, but he's able to move the metal pieces. Oh shit, he still has his powers. This movie changes nothing. I was happy to watch the X-Men movies. I'm very angry now.
Well, I mean, I told you they suck.
I really wanted to watch these movies.
Logan is that good.
Jean Grey is in the Wolverine?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Oh, Jesus. I thought I was done with her. I thought I was done. I thought I didn't have to see her until Days of Future Past, but it was, shit. Well,
you're gonna see her in Days of Future Past, and you're gonna see her in every alternate timeline movie.
Is it the same actress?
No, it's not. They're younger.
Okay. Well, there you go. Is this the last time we see Anna Paquin? No, it's not the last time we see Anna Paquin. I don't like... Oh, yeah, I should mention now. Mystique and Rogue are now part of my 3 least favorite comic book characters ever. One of them being Nebula. So, yeah, they're up there now. You know how much I hate Nebula when we talked about, well, how much I hate Nebula. Yeah. They're up there now. This movie sucks. And let's move on. So, Pat, I gotta recommend you a movie. So, I wanted to recommend you Garbage, because you recommended me Garbage. But seeing as how today went for both of us and how this recording went for both of us, I'm gonna pull out something we both haven't seen, and it's supposed to be really, really good. And yeah, we're just gonna indulge ourselves because we haven't seen a movie that we haven't seen both of us together in a while, like for Backloggd. Last time we did this, it was for Whiplash. So I just wanted to at least cheer up this episode. So you know how I'm scared of what's her name? Anya Taylor-Joy. You know I'm scared of Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna watch an Anya Taylor-Joy movie. There's a new movie that came out recently called The Northman, and I really want to watch it.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna watch The Northman for next episode for Backloggd. I was gonna recommend him the first Harry Potter movie, which I don't like, but
I specifically asked him not to for reasons my friends in my personal life will know, and no one else.
Yeah,
will.
And then I was gonna be a dick and recommend Angry Birds 2. But I don't want to ruin our day further. So we're gonna watch The Northman, which is apparently really good.
Yay!
Yay, a good movie! Yay! Oh, well, that's about it for this episode of Fresh Off the Reel. Thank you guys so much for listening to this very scuffed episode. We apologize.
Very sorry for the scuffness. I'm sure the post credits of this episode is going to be really funny because you're going to get some context and you're going to get some audio of us losing our minds.
Yeah.
there may or may not be a bonus clip going up on the channel. It's going to be very funny, maybe.
Yeah, so I really hope you guys enjoy the last part of this episode because honestly, it's going to be the best part.
Yep.
Well, anyways, if you like this episode, then make sure to check out our previous episodes, which you could find on the Linktree, linktr.ee/freshoffthereel, all lowercase, no spaces. And on there, you will find a sheet that you could fill out to recommend us a movie or TV show. We'll take that recommendation, and we'll watch it and make an episode about it. So if you want to be featured in an episode, then make sure you recommend us that film that you've been so clearly wanting to recommend. Wow, isn't it great? You could also find our socials on the link tree, and make sure to follow us because you don't want to miss the next episode, which is going to be on the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. Hey guys, it's Lib from the future here to tell you the next episode is not on the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. In fact, we're not going to do an episode on Obi-Wan Kenobi because, well, sadly, the ending of the show kind of turned us off, and after waiting so long to make the episode, we just lost interest. What the next episode actually is going to be is we're going to be talking about all the stuff, all the interesting stuff, and pretty much all the Marvel stuff, if I'm being honest with you, that got announced during San Diego Comic-Con this year. So that's what the next episode is going to be. We're going to be talking about a little bit about some of the other stuff, and then mostly about all the MCU and other Marvel things that are announced at San Diego Comic-Con. So tune in next episode for the San Diego Comic-Con talk. Like kind of what we did when the Oscars were announced. So yeah, disregard everything we're about to say.
Yep, that's gonna be an interesting episode because for those who don't know, we're Star Wars fans.
We're nerds.
I'm something of a Star Wars fan myself.
I've read the comics, I've watched all the movies, all the animated TV shows, even the Lego ones. I'm a bit crazy for Star Wars. But with that, we're gonna pass you along to the past versions of us. We'll see all of you in a theater near you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. To infinity
and beyond.
Ooh.
Sound test numero dos. Hello.
There once was a man.
There once was a ship that
Was
bore
a ship
to
that
sea.
put
The
to
name
sea,
of the ship was the belly of
was a
tea.
belly of tea. The winds blew up her, knocked him down. Oh, blow, my bully boys blow.
Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and rum.
One day when
way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises early in the morning. What would you do with a drunken sailor? What would
you do with the? Okay. I have something to talk about in this test of sound.
All right.
I used the amiibo functionality for the first time ever.
With what game and what amiibo?
I bought Fire Emblem Three Hopes the other day, the new Warriors game. I've been playing it, and I'm like, I wonder what these amiibo do. And I use them, and I found out what they do. They give you like random stuff every day.
Oh yeah, the amiibo that you have on your shelf.
Yeah, I have a bunch of that I never actually use. I used them today.
You know what I found out today?
What?
Nolan North plays Raphael in the 2007 Ninja Turtles movie.
You know what I found out today?
What?
In Harley Quinn season 3, they make a joke about Batman eating out Catwoman.
In Harley Quinn season 3, there's a line that says like something about the guy who directed Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
James
it's like
Gunn. James Gunn.
Sit on me, James Gunn.
Yeah, something like that. Well, I could pull it up. It's right here. I'm really excited for that. I really want to watch. I love it. I love it.
I need to watch the show.
Oh, they finally released the concept art for Falcon the Winter Soldier? What? Okay, I thought that was already out.
I need to watch that and The Boys. I think I'll watch The Boys next, and then I'll watch Harley Quinn.
Oh yeah, it's please James Gunn sit on me. Yeah, and they animated James Gunn. He's in the episode.
Nice. Yeah, is that enough for a test of sound?
Yeah, sure.
Buzz has extreme tunnel vision the whole movie, basically.
Yeah. Hold on, wait. Is your mom vacuuming?
No.
You sure?
Oh, I think. Hold on. My dad is washing a ladder in my backyard.
Washing a ladder?
Yes.
Ah, your
Which
mic
is
is
right.
it up.
Yep, I hear it.
Ah. You want to wait until he's done washing that?
Yeah, let's wait a bit. It shouldn't be too long.
Yeah, technical difficulty. We'll put this at the end of the episode.
Yeah, I can put this at the episode.
Yeah,
There you
his
go.
dad's washing a ladder. What a guy.
Yeah, he's using a hose, and hose shoots out pressurized water, and pressurized water on metal makes noise.
What movies have you seen this month, Pat?
What?
What movies have you seen in July and June? I mean,
What movies have I seen in July? That's a good question.
June.
I watched. Oh, June, right? I made the same mistake. I think I watched every movie I saw this month
Ah,
except one with you.
ah.
We watched Rubber. We watched together.
We did
We
watch Rubber.
watched
Yeah,
Top Gun, which we watched together, the original.
yeah. That was fun.
The Spy Next Door, which I watched by myself.
That was
But you
weird.
walked in. You walked in like at the last like 10 minutes.
I walked in during the credits. Yeah,
Yeah. We watched R.I.P.D., which we watched together.
And it was
Zootopia,
it was
which we
terrible.
watched. Yeah, well, we watched Zootopia, which we watched together.
If you want to hear our thoughts on Zootopia, check out last episode.
Yeah, and I watched One Piece Strong World by myself.
What the fuck is that?
It's an anime movie, One Piece. It's one of the One Piece movies.
I see. Does
And then we watched.
does he find the One Piece in that movie?
No, he does not actually. He never will.
Oh damn.
Then we watched Crazy together.
That was surprisingly good.
It was, yes. I'm gonna watch the other movie by myself at some point.
Starbuck.
Starbuck.
Yeah, I gave it 5 stars.
And the 4 Blade Runner movies, which we watched together. Lightyear, this movie that we're talking about right now. This is great for the end of the episode.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then Top Gun Maverick, which we watched together. Yeah, I watched every movie I watched this month. I watched with you except for 2.
Yeah, all of those movies I also watched, but I also rewatched Phineas and Ferb the movie Across the Second Dimension. That was fun. I watched yeah. I watched Bone Cop Bad Cop. Yeah, that was fun. And then I watched Starbuck. Is your dad still cleaning?
Is he not done yet? Oh my god.
I also watched we finished Obi-Wan Kenobi, which we'll talk about in the episode. You would have already heard us mention the finale. So there you go. We watched all the Blade Runner shorts, yeah, and then we watched 2049, which was outstanding.
I did not log. I did, okay.
Did you not log 2049?
I did.
Okay. And then yesterday, not yesterday, cause yesterday when I got home I instantly fell asleep. Yesterday, not again. On Sunday, I was supposed to watch X-Men 3, but instead I watched La La Land, and then I watched X-Men 3. Because I guess it's been a tradition to watch La La Land every couple months for me now.
It's a good movie.
I love that movie.
Maybe we'll talk about it at more length than we did last time.
Well, I mean, we did a whole episode for it.
I'll do another one.
Another one? And then I watched X-Men 3, which you're gonna hear about in the episode already. You would have already heard me talk about it because it was in the episode, and you're listening to this after the episode.
That was a film, all right.
It sure was. It was horrible.
I think. Let me go check. I think he's done.
You think he's done?
He's done.
Yeah.
Yeah. My room is right next to my room. The right wall is the wall that is outside. So.
Yeah. That's my back wall for mine. Yeah.
I lied to you. I lied to you. He's not done.
He's not done? Are you kidding? The left wall for me. The left wall for me is the
I learned something.
The staircase. What?
I made a discovery.
What?
That sound wasn't my father with the hose.
It wasn't.
No.
What was it?
It's my neighbor with a handsaw. He's sanding some. Like a hand sander.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Is your window closed?
Yes.
What the fuck? Well, he's never gonna finish.
Yeah, we're kind of boned, huh?
That sucks for real. That actually fucking sucks. we might have to split this recording in two.
Yep.
We're 35 minutes in, by the way. And 5 of those minutes is us talking about inane bullshit.
This is unfortunate.
This is the curse. Every time we need to talk about an X-Men movie, this happens. Think about it. The universe does not want me to watch Logan. The universe is telling me, "Oh shit, he's not gonna like it, and everyone's gonna hate him for it."
But I wanna talk about Logan. Is he done?
Is he?
I don't hear anymore.
You want to keep going?
Waiting
on you. Just put your head out your window and just yell, "Hey, yo, we're recording something. Shut the fuck up."
I think he might be done.
He might be done?
He is currently away from the sander.
I need a confirmation, my guy.
Well, he stepped away, but the problem is he gonna come back? And if he comes back, is he done? I don't know.
Do you wanna? Yeah.
But let's continue, and if it starts like again, we'll pause.
Okay. Where did we leave off?
We were talking about the montage.
Ah, yes. Okay. Cut here.
Technical difficulties. Aside from the granddaughter who is important to the story, the others who really don't do anything, who don't really add much, I don't like them.
Wait, is your neighbor going at it again?
Yes. This episode is cursed.
It's cause we have to talk about X-Men later. I'm telling you. X-Men cursed.
So what do we just power through? Do we stop?
We can't just power through it. It's so loud. Like when you talk, it's like it's worse.
I guess we're hitting pause right here.
We gotta hit pause on the recording. See you in a bit.
See you in a bit. See you tomorrow. See you yesterday. I don't even know.
Who the fuck knows?
We'll talk about Trinity another time because I want to talk about Lightyear.
The man started up again.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god, dude.
Oh boy.
What comes up must come down. Yeah, my feet don't touch the ground.
Tell your neighbor to stop for like.
I cannot ask him to stop.
Tell your neighbor to stop for just 20 minutes. Like that's all we need.
Oh, you know what? This is gonna be a good like. Remember you did that like special episode with like we went on that 20-minute tangent about Hollywood.
Oh, the clip, one of the clips. I just put this up. As
yeah, you could totally put up all this footage as a clip.
Yeah, instead of putting it at the end of the episode, because now it's
It's like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? So.
Oh my god.
Sonic Heroes. Sonic Heroes.
Wait, let's keep it in theme. You got a friend
in me. Do.
You got
a friend in me.
When the road is up ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, you just remember what your old pal said. Yeah, you got a friend in me. You know, honestly, I'm surprised there wasn't like an orchestrated version of that song in this movie. Oh no, I have hiccups! No! No! My life. What the fuck?
I think this movie could have. Are we still recording, by the way?
Yeah. Yes.
Can I just keep talking about the movie?
The saw.
I just fucking started again. I might have to just re-record this, dude.
Wait, hold on. Let me try to get rid of my hiccups. I just chugged an entire water bottle.
Nice. Yeah, we might just need to scrap this recording.
No, not scrap the recording. Just finish it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't want to re-record the whole thing. It's like the recording's fine.
I don't either. Yeah, we'll just have to continue it tomorrow because. Yeah.
Oh, damn it. We'll see you tomorrow.
Womp womp.
Oh, see you soon.